I'm back. Good to see you, television family. My 2-week sojourn of not being here is over. It is Monday, the 12th day of February, 2024, and I am Dan Kuntz, back in the saddle again. Good to see you. I had a nice vacation. I always do, but I'm back, and it's Monday, and I'm not going to work real hard because I can't remember what it is that I do for a living. I think I host this area television program. It is 36 degrees, high clouds. We're going to be in for typical mid-February weather. No surprise there. A couple of raindrops here and there, a little snow in the upper elevations, nothing we can't handle. Temperatures slightly above normal in the early part of the week, going to cool down and then warm back up again. I, of course, was in Phoenix the first 3.5, 4 days of my 2-week vacation down in Arizona. The weather was perfect, just lovely. And then it turned pretty bad. We had some rain on a couple of occasions. Last Thursday, it just rained to beat the band, which happens in Phoenix, but not like that. And it was cool. Anyway, it was good to get away from town. Anyway, thanks to Jasmine and Grant for filling in for me while I was gone. Forecast details are coming up. We'll touch on news. We'll touch on sports. Apparently, there was a professional football game of some importance that was held yesterday in Las Vegas. I'll let you know what happened there. And we have royalty in the house in the back half of the program. In case you missed it, of course, we broadcast. We're proud to do it from the America Performing Arts Center last Saturday night. The Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant. We have a royal court for the 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, and they will be joining me in the back half of the program. I'm looking forward to that. So let's get caught up, shall we? Again, it's going to take me a couple of days to figure out what it is that I do. I was gone for 2 weeks. Let's start with our cameras around the valley with the Wenatchee Heights camera. The one thing I did notice while I'm gone, we have a lot more daylight than we did just 2 weeks ago. We're up to 10 hours and 8 minutes of daylight. We now have enough daylight to show you the cameras. Sunrise this morning, almost here. 7:11, sunset tonight, 5:19. That's 10 hours and 8 minutes of daylight. 42 was our high yesterday. Normal high was 40. Going to be a little bit warmer than that today. A little bit of a cool down on Tuesday and Wednesday. Will be below normal, as a matter of fact, for the balance of the week, and then we'll warm back up with the weekend. But today is going to be the warmest of the next 7, 8 days anyway. To Hay Canyon we go. Say good morning to Kashmir. Hello, Kashmir. I also noticed quite a bit of snow melt while I was gone. Hello, Kashmir. A few high clouds hanging around out there. Could get some rain today. I don't think so. In fact, we'll have some sunshine. This is going to be the nicest day of the week by far. Camera 3 is Rude Canyon, I believe. There you go, Rude Canyon. Every time I see a big hunk of condensation or precipitation on the lens, I just want to, the anal part of me wants to climb the tower with a rag and clean it off. It will eventually disperse itself. Good morning to Rude Canyon. Looks like it's raining, kind of a rain-snow mix-up there. And finally, up to Lake Wenatchee we go. Now, not long ago, about 5 minutes ago, you could see Dirty Face. If you squint, you can kind of make it out. A lot of little clouds and fog in the Lake Wenatchee area. That should burn off as the afternoon progresses. It looks more like mid-December than mid-February up at Lake Wenatchee. Anyway, yeah, from the National Weather Service, here we go. 46, again, warmer than normal. We'll see some sun breaks today. Yesterday we hit 42, so we'll be a little bit warmer today under partly sunny skies with a couple of clouds. 31 for the overnight low tonight, fairly clear. Yeah, that's below normal. We're going to get to about 42, but lots of sunshine, so quite a bit of sunshine Tuesday. Then things are going to start changing a little bit on Wednesday. We'll see partly sunny skies with an increasing chance of precipitation as the day progresses. As a weak system flies through Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, we'll get up to 37 degrees, 29 for the overnight low Wednesday night. Thursday, lots of clouds, chance of rain below normal with a high of 38. We do it all over again on Friday with a chance of rain, maybe a couple of sun breaks to wrap up the weekend with a high of 38. Some people will have a 3-day weekend. President's Day is 1 week from today. So 41 on Saturday under mostly cloudy skies. On Sunday, we wrap up the weekend with partly cloudy skies and a high of 43 degrees. So above normal today, right around normal on Tuesday, below normal through the rest of the week, and then we climb back up to where we should be by Sunday. It's basically typical mid-February weather here for north central Washington. That's the weather at 5 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a break, and then we'll have your news. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelley, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Come see how very different you will feel in your Bullfrog Spa.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Locatel cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting locatel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Road, NCW Live Channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
.36 degrees, high clouds. We'll see some sunshine, hit and miss for most of the day today, above normal temperatures. Do it again tomorrow, more sunshine on Tuesday. Sun's going to take the rest of the week off and will cool down Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's 7 minutes after the hour. A former Wenatchee resident pled guilty last week to one count of federal wire fraud for falsely obtaining COVID-19 relief money. 40-year-old Jason Carnell O'Daffer admitted to fleecing the government of more than $115,000 in pandemic relief. He took out a loan for what he said was a home appraisal business. In fact, he had no such business. In fact, he spent part of the money on an RV. O'Daffer is scheduled to be sentenced May 8th in Spokane. He faces a recommended sentence of 12 months and 1 day in prison. One man is in custody suspected of starting that fire that happened in South Wenatchee on Thursday, damaged a construction business. Wenatchee police say they arrested 49-year-old Timothy J. Whitney of East Wenatchee. They arrested him Thursday afternoon, about 12 hours after the fire was reported at 611 South Wenatchee Avenue. Firefighters were able to save the building and most of the contents inside the building, which was human-caused and started from outside of the building. No criminal charges have formally been filed, but police say they'll seek one count of second-degree arson. Chelsea Ewer is the latest member of the Wenatchee City Council. She was sworn in on Thursday night ahead of her very first council meeting. Ewer is the operations director of the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce. She was one of 9 applicants to represent City Council District Number 2. Of course, Mike Poyer left that seat. He is now mayor. The council voted to appoint Ewer to the seat last week. Chelan County District Court Judge Alan Blackman administered the oath of office to Chelsea Ewer. Highway crews wrestled with a big boulder in the Tumwater Canyon. I mean a big boulder. It looked about, well, like that. This happened on Highway 2 just west of Leavenworth. The vehicle-sized rock blocked one lane entirely early Tuesday morning in Tumwater Canyon, but traffic was minimal, and Department of Transportation crews were able to first move the boulder off the roadway, then an avalanche control room blew it up. They used explosives to crack it into pieces. That way they could get it out of the way. By the way, the highway itself was not damaged. Speaking of roadways, the section of South Nile Avenue from Grant Road to Southeast 3rd Street going to be closed from February 19th through March 15th. The scheduled closure is occurring to allow Selling Construction to install buried utilities, including an irrigation main upgrade and general intersection improvements. It's all part of the Maryhill East subdivision along South Nile and Southeast 2nd Street. There will be a signed detour and local access will be available. And if you missed it Saturday night, we had a good time. It was over 4 hours of broadcasting between the countdown to coronation and the royalty selection pageant itself, presented by Kashmir Valley Bank. But we have now a royal court for the 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. And in case you missed it on broadcast television, on our Facebook page, or whatever, here is the coronation.
And to bestow the royal robe will be Appellarian Chancellor Marianne Castro. And crowning our new royal court will be our 2023 royalty. We want to remind you that the princesses will be announced in no particular order. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Janissa Hepton.
I just want to thank all of these amazing girls behind me. I am so proud of every single one of them, and they all deserve to be here so much. And I want to thank all of my supporters and everyone who believed in me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Lexi Fennell.
Okay. I want to thank my family and everyone that's here for me tonight. I want to thank Jan and Cece. I want to thank Deb and Jesse. I want to thank Darcy. I want to thank every single one of the 24 girls that started with us and the 10 amazing girls that are behind me tonight. And thank you so much. I'm so excited.
And now, the 105th Queen to reign over the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, the winner of a $10,000 scholarship, Her Royal Highness, Queen Ella Stimmel.
Wow, I really failed at not crying. I just want to thank my family and my parents for supporting me through this. I want to thank these amazing girls behind me. I love you all so, so much, and I'm so excited to work with these beautiful princesses more. And I want to thank all the people who made this happen. And I'm just so, so grateful.
Let's hear it for your 2024 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival royalty.
And yeah, the Royal Court will be joining us in the back half of this program. I'm looking forward to that. Quick little shop talk before we move forward. Again, thanks to Jasmine and Grant for filling in for me while I was on my vacation. A couple of things. I have never done this before, but I flew first class. I mean, why not? I cashed in a bunch of Alaska Airlines points I had earned. So I actually flew first class from Pangbourne to SeaTac and then SeaTac to Sky Harbor down there in Phoenix. Never done that before. I can't imagine going back to coach. Of course, you can now fly first class out of Pangbourne because they now fly jets in and out, and it's the only way to go, trust me on that. Especially when you fly out at 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, yesterday, and your wheels up at Sky Harbor. You get that first class treatment, and you can sleep the whole way in that big, comfortable, nice little chair in C1A. I enjoy that. And boy, if you can if you're flying out of a big airport, I flew out of Pangbourne. And so I was pre-screened through TSA. It was like $75, but I did that a number of months ago. Going in and out of Pangbourne on TSA is a piece of cake, whether you're flying coach or first class or whether you're pre-checked or not. It doesn't really matter. But boy, flying out of those big airports, that's a huge difference. I think we've all gone through the security nightmare at SeaTac. Sky Harbor in Phoenix is not much better. And by the time I was getting towards the security section, I was getting a little worried because they were already boarding my flight from Sky Harbor to SeaTac yesterday morning. I got the little notice on my phone, and I'm still going up the escalator to go through TSA, but I was pre-screened. Just in and out, baby, in about a minute and a half, and I was on my way. So again, if you're flying in and out of Pangbourne, TSA is a piece of cake, but if you're flying in and out of any of the big airports, if you have a chance to get pre-screened through TSA and you qualify, I'd recommend doing it. Anyway, it's good to be back. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are, of course, our platinum sponsors here, not only for this program, but for the NCW Life channel in general. Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. And our gold sponsor is on Worthen, down by the Pybus Public Market, and Prestige at Colonial Vista. Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista. Proud to be a part of Team NCW Life, as am I. Going to take a break. When we come back, there was a football game played yesterday in Las Vegas. I watched some of it. If you missed it, we'll fill you in. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just lifetime warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Minutes after the hour, you could have just watched the fourth quarter and overtime. You would have caught most of the game. But the Kansas City Chiefs become the first team in 19 years to win back-to-back Super Bowl championships. 25-22, the final over the San Francisco 49ers. Overtime in Las Vegas. Jake Moody's 27-yard field goal in the first possession of overtime. That put the 49ers ahead 22-19, but the Chiefs responded. 13 plays, 75 yards, won it on a 3-yard touchdown pass from MVP Patrick Mahomes to McCole Hardman. We'd show you highlights, but the NFL charges for them. Don't ask. Fourth overall championship for the Chiefs, third in the last 4 years. Mahomes earns his third Super Bowl MVP. He went 34 of 46, 333 yards, a couple of touchdowns, an interception, a 99.3 passer rating. That's pretty good. He joins Tom Brady with 5 and Joe Montana with 3 as the only players to win 3 Super Bowl MVP awards. All right, to the scoreboard we go. Both the Lady Cougars and the Lady Huskies lost for the 4th straight time yesterday, although they didn't play each other. Number 6 Stanford pulled away in the second half to beat the Cougars in Pullman 73-58. In Seattle, the Golden Bears held off the Huskies 59-57. Lots of basketball to talk about. Your scoreboard from Les Schwab and Prep Girls basketball on Friday. Eastmont got by West Valley by 9 points. Wenatchee beat Sunnyside 41-38. Davis all over Eisenhower 88-20. Ellensburg keeps right on rolling along. They beat Grandview 62-13. Prep Girls basketball on Saturday. Moses Lake got by Eastmont by 3. Eisenhower knocked off Wenatchee by 9. Davis crushed West Valley 66-32. More Prep Girls basketball from Saturday. For the District 6 championship, the Lady Bulldogs win again, rolled over Chelan Goats 63-19 to win the District 6 championship at Wenatchee High School. Liberty Bell got by Manson by 8. It was Tenasket over Lake Roosevelt in girls basketball. And for the District championship in 2B, Okanagan defeated Brewster 59-44. To the boys we go. On Friday night, West Valley over Eastmont 59-54. Sunnyside rolled over West Wenatchee 74-33. Davis over Ike 78-41. Liberty Bell beat Manson 55-49. Also on Friday, Brewster over Okanagan 51-34 in boys basketball. Lake Roosevelt won the district championship. They beat Tenasket easily 81-47. Soap Lake defeated Riverside Christian 62-52, and Moses Lake Christian over Waterville Mansfield in boys basketball 56-39. And on Saturday in boys basketball, Eastmont got by Moses Lake 67-44. Eisenhower crushed Wenatchee. Davis all over West Valley. And for the district championship and a barn burner, Kuntz knocked off Omak by 1, 72-71 to win the District 6 1A boys championship. More postseason basketball this week. In the Columbia Basin Big 9, the district tourney for boys, it'll be West Valley and Davis will play in Yakima for the championship on Thursday, but there's games before that. Moses Lake will be at Eastmont. We'll have that game for you tomorrow at 6 o'clock here on the NCW Live channel, and Eisenhower will take on Sunnyside in the district tournament in boys basketball at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. In girls basketball, the championship will be between Eastmont and Davis. That will be Friday in Yakima. There's a game tonight. Wenatchee and Sunnyside finished tied for 6th, so they have to do a 1-game playoff. That will be in Quincy. So the Wenatchee Panther ladies basketball team taking on the Sunnyside Grizzlies in Quincy at 6 o'clock tonight for the 6th and final berth into the postseason. And then they move forward on Tuesday. Moses Lake will be at West Valley at 6 o'clock. And the winner of the Wenatchee-Sunnyside game tonight will take on Eisenhower in Yakima tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And we can't forget about hockey. Kraken are on the road. They'll be on the East Coast this week. They're in New Jersey to take on the Devils at 4 o'clock on Root Sports Northwest. While I was gone, the Kraken have not been playing very good hockey. Didn't notice that. You miss out a lot of things when you go on vacation. For one thing, you're not paying attention because you're on vacation. It's 24 minutes after the hour. Happy Football Hangover Day. It is National Clean Out Your Computer Day. It's the beginning of Carnival. If I lived in South America, I'd probably be celebrating. It's National Plum Pudding Day, but today we celebrate Darwin Day because Charles Darwin was born on this date in 1809. Fairly comfortable life. And when he was 22, he said, I'm out of here. And when he was 22 years old, he embarked on a 5-year voyage on the HMS Beagle to try out his theory of evolution, natural selection. After he was finished, he wrote a book called The Origin of Species. He wrote the book 28 years after he sailed all over the southern Pacific Ocean and came up with the idea that we all came from one thing, and then there was evolution and extinction and natural selection and all that stuff. So visit your local Museum of Natural History, although we don't have one here. Happy International Darwin Day today. Not going to get into the theories of that. This is what it is, okay? It's 26 minutes after the hour. Today in history, there it is, the Lincoln Memorial, February 12th, 1915. That would make it 109 years ago. It was also the 106th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln. They finally laid the cornerstone and got this baby built. Right after Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865, there was an immediate groundswell of support for a Lincoln Memorial. We were building a Washington Memorial. We had stopped building it. We would get back to it. And almost everybody wanted one built, and they wanted one built in Washington, D.C. One guy stood in the way. His name was Uncle Joe Cannon. He was actually Joe Cannon, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who loved Lincoln. Lincoln was his hero, but he kept getting in the way because he said, this ain't good enough for Abe. We need something much more elaborate and something grand, and we probably shouldn't build it in a swamp. So he single-handedly held up the Lincoln Memorial for a while. There was a lot of squabbling about what it would look like and who would build it and where we would put it. It's Washington, D.C. You know, he's going to agree on everything. But they finally got around to laying the cornerstone on this date in 1915. When you visit the Lincoln Memorial, and you should, it never closes. What you're seeing with the naked eye is only about half of it. Half of the Lincoln Memorial is 60 feet underground because they built it in a swamp. They just filled in a bunch of earth, and they put this massive marble monument to Abraham Lincoln on top of a man-made island. And so the foundation is 60 feet deep. 60 feet deep. 66 feet deep. They had to, or the whole thing would sink. They finally got around to building the Lincoln Memorial on this date in 1915. Speaking of some pretty impressive construction, the Gateway Arch. Kind of like the Lincoln Memorial, this took a while to get going. They began construction on the Gateway Arch in St. Louis on February 12, 1863. It's America's tallest memorial. It is a memorial. It's 630 feet tall. It's also the tallest monument in the Western Hemisphere. It's the tallest arch in the world. They proposed building it in 1933. The funds were greenlit and ready to go in 1935. And then the Depression came, and it's like, okay, we got more important things to do than to get this thing going. And then they had the design phase, and they had to clean out a lot, and then they had to do eminent domain and throw a bunch of people out, and they had to move railroad tracks, and it took. So they came up with the idea in 1933. They didn't actually get around to building the damn thing until 1963. There were a lot of delays and lawsuits. It's pretty damn spectacular. I mean, you look at that, you take out the St. Louis skyline, you just look at that, you know you're talking about St. Louis. The Gateway Arch, they started building it on this date 61 years ago today. And 30 years ago today, somebody stole that. There are numerous copies, all originals, of the Scream, Edvard Munch's famous painting. In Norway, it hung in the National Gallery in Norway, but on February 12th, 1994, it was also the opening day of the Lillehammer Olympics in Norway, and so they took it out of its secure, almost Mona Lisa-type security apparatus at the National Museum. They moved it down to a more accessible part of the museum, so all the tourists and all the visitors to Norway during the Olympics could take a look at the Scream. And during the opening ceremonies, with everybody not paying attention, 4 thieves broke into the damn museum and took it. They even left a note that said, "Thanks for the crappy security." They stole it. There was a sting operation. They got it back. That was in 1994. And then 10 years later, it got stolen again. Somebody took me. It's the bottom of the hour birthdays. You may have heard of this guy, Abe Lincoln, although he hated being called Abe. He never called him Abe. It was Abraham. That's what he preferred. Born in this state in 1809, of course, the 16th President of the United States. More books have been written about Abraham Lincoln than any other American ever. He, of course, is 6 foot 4 inches tall, was our tallest president. He is the only president to get a patent. He was awarded a patent for inventing a method to keep ships afloat on shallow water when they were near the shore. Didn't make him any money. Abraham Lincoln, for most historians, number one on the greatest presidents. It's always the top. The top three really hasn't changed much in the last 50 years. It's Lincoln, it's George Washington, and it's FDR, and they're pretty much 1, 2, and 3 on the list of the greatest presidents. Abraham Lincoln, born in the state in 1809. Another heavenly birthday, Omar Bradley, the last of 9 men to attain the rank of 5-star general. I don't think we'll ever see another 5-star general again, because to obtain the rank of 5-star general, first of all, we have to be in a declared war, and Congress doesn't do that anymore. Kind of not into that. He lived in the 1960s and 70s. He lived in Beverly Hills, California, and his next door neighbor was Elvis Presley. And they got to be buddies. Elvis would go over to General Bradley's house on Sunday afternoons and watch pro football with him. Scarf down some popcorn and talk football. Elvis and Omar Bradley. An odd pairing, but they were next door neighbors, got to be pretty good friends. Omar Bradley, born in the state in 1893. The voice of Canada, Lorne Greene, of course, emerged as Ben Cartwright, the patriarch of the Cartwrights on Bonanza. We chased Lady Luck till we finally struck Bonanza. And then Battlestar Galactica, and then Lorne Greene's Wildness and all that good stuff. Lorne Greene, born in the state in 1915. And the great Bill Russell would have been 90 years old today, the very definition of a winner in sports. 5 times an MVP, 12 times an All-Star, 11 times a world champion, 2 times a national champion, was San Francisco Olympic gold medalist, Hall of Fame, and his number 6 is retired by the entire National Basketball Association. William Felton Russell, born in this state in 1934 and spent most of his adult life living right here in the Pacific Northwest in Mercer Island. All right, going to take a break. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and then keep your fingers crossed because they're supposed to be here, the Royal Court for the 2024 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. When we come back, you're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Check out ClubCrowCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I post on Facebook quite a bit. It drives my poor wife crazy. And I'm often posting about issues that I have with what certain churches do and about my concerns about what is being presented concerning what some call Christianity these days. And then I'll get accused of picking on a specific church, even though I never mentioned a specific church by name. Well, this is what my response is in the question I want to ask. If I say something general and unspecifically critical about what some are calling Christianity these days, and you immediately connect that criticism to a specific religious group and jump to the conclusion that that's the group I'm talking about, doesn't that say more about that particular organization than does my criticism? Think about that. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
the Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an Environmentally Green Dealership Award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
At Boswell's, take 10% off our extensive collection of stressless recliners and sofas, or get $400 off stressless Max and Mike recliners in luxurious Paloma leather, or classic power base recliners in any cover. Plus, get 10% off the new Stressless Sky customizable luxury mattress. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Stop in for our Founders Celebration Sale and save up to $150 on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
All right, here we go. We're here from studio, what do we want to call this? B? C? I don't care what we call it. To introduce you, if you don't know already, we have a royal court for the 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. You now have titles, Princess, and Your Royal Highness. For those of you who can't remember, go ahead and introduce yourselves one more time. If you want to use your title, go right ahead and do it.
I'm Princess Lexi Fennell.
I'm Queen Ella Stimmel.
I'm Princess Janissa Hepton.
So, Saturday night, anything exciting going on? I mean, I was out of town. You guys go to the movies or something?
It was a pretty normal day, I would say.
A little bored.
Let's talk about Saturday, the day. These are people get to watch in person or on television the actual royalty selection pageant for the American Performing Arts Center. They don't get to see what happens between 10 a.m. Saturday. I'll let you go first. Talk about that whole, the one-on-one sit down with the judges. They have your bio, but outside of that, you're a blank slate to these folks.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, you go in, I woke up at 6 a.m. on Saturday, and you go into this panel interview, and you just get to meet them once before you go in. You shake their hands, and then you go into this panel interview, and they're really friendly, but it's still really intimidating, obviously. And that's worth 30% of the vote. And then you get a little break, but then you go back to one-on-ones, which was super chill. But that's just like meeting each of the judges. Yeah.
Same deal for you?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I definitely preferred one-on-one to panel because one-on-one was definitely a conversation, and you're just getting to know the judges, and they're getting to know you. And then panel, they're just all sitting in front of you, and you're sitting in your little chair, feeling very, very intimidated by these amazing people.
So outside of the judges, and I'll let you ask, it's you and the 5 judges, correct?
Yes.
And is that it? Is there anybody else in the room?
I think our principals were in the back.
Right.
Which, yeah, I mean, that was pretty fun.
Our principals and Darcy are behind us.
Of course.
So, but Eric and Lance were on their best behavior?
Yeah, I could hear them laughing when I would say things, but overall, pretty good.
A lot of people don't know the kind of effort that goes into putting on the pageant. Yes, there's a ton of people, all of them volunteers to make it all happen. But you guys had a full dress rehearsal on Thursday night. You got to take Friday off, which is a great idea. The show on Saturday, you were putting on a show to entertain a paying audience, which is something you probably never had to do before. So I'll let you start first, Sherelle. What's that like you got to dance, you got to move, there's choreography, you're entertaining people, not just being judged.
For me, it made it really fun because I was just focused on having lots of energy and having fun myself, because people can tell when you're having fun and it makes them have fun. But it's definitely nerve-wracking when you know that there are people watching you and paying attention to what you're doing.
Very much so. Yeah. Spotlights and things like that. Same deal was it for you? Is it what was that like to be on stage performing for an audience?
Overall, like the speech and impromptu, that kind of stuff is really fun for me, but the dance, I'm not gonna lie, the dance scared me because I was next to a dancer who's been dancing since she was 3 and a cheerleader so I was a little scared, but it was fun.
What about you, performing in front of an audience? 600 people, packed house, and you're being judged?
Yeah, I've performed in the pack a couple times myself. I've done theater, but it was definitely different. Like, you're stressing about the speech and everything, and then you're like, oh yeah, I have to do this dance as well. I have to go out there in a dress. I've never gone out in a big pageant dress before, so that was definitely different than anything I'd experienced.
We are going to show, as we did at the beginning of the show, the last 5 minutes of the pageant as presented by Cashmere Valley Bank, in case you missed it Saturday night. Here is the coronation of our 2 princesses and the Queen. They'll be able to see it here in our studio, but they won't be able to hear it. And after we're done, we'll ask about their reaction when their name is called. So here it is.
And to bestow the royal robe will be Appalachian Chancellor Marianne Castro. And crowning our new royal court will be our 2023 royalty. We want to remind you that the princesses will be announced in no particular order. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Janissa Hepton.
just want to thank all of these amazing girls behind me. I am so proud of every single one of them, and they all deserve to be here so much. And I want to thank all of my supporters and everyone who believed in me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Princess Lexi Fennell.
Okay. I want to thank my family and everyone that's here for me tonight. I want to thank Jan and Cece. I want to thank Deb and Jesse. I want to thank Darcy. I want to thank every single one of the 24 girls that started with us and the 10 amazing girls that are behind me tonight. And thank you so much. I'm so excited.
And now, the 105th queen to reign over the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, the winner of a $10,000 scholarship, Her Royal Highness, Queen Ella Stimmel.
Wow, I really failed at not crying. I just want to thank my family and my parents for supporting me through this. I want to thank these amazing girls behind me. I love you all so, so much, and I'm so excited to work with these beautiful princesses more. And I want to thank all the people who made this happen, and I'm just so, so grateful.
Let's hear it for your 2024 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival royalty.
So that was Saturday night. I'll ask you first, Queen Ella. You had the judging, you had the one-on-one, you had a little bit of a break, you had the pageant, it's now intermission. They're going to do a little show, they're going to do some awards, and they crown it. You're backstage during intermission. What were you thinking? You know, I had a pretty good day. I might make top 3. Was that?
That was a thought, but then the doubts came in where I was like, no, I definitely didn't make it, and that was the longest intermission of my life. I think it was for all of us. We were just waiting and waiting and waiting, and I'm looking at all the amazing girls around me, and I'm just thinking, there's no way I made it, and then going out on stage and holding hands with everyone, I thought, maybe I did, and then I thought, no, I definitely didn't.
Same question. You had a full day Saturday, it's intermission, there's one thing left to do, crown the royal court. What were you thinking backstage? I had a good day. I think I might make 3.
I definitely did not think I was going to make top 3. I was kind of walking around telling people, I was like, okay, I need to prepare to be able to handle not getting it on stage. Because, well, I started the day and I was pretty confident, and then I forgot. I was asked a trivia question, I forgot the answer. And so after that, I just kind of started spiraling. And I was 100% sure that I didn't. So.
Surprise, surprise.
I was really shocked.
Lexi, same question. It's intermission Saturday night. Am I top 3? Did I make it? What's going on in your head?
I would say it was about 90% of, okay, this is the last time we're all going to be together, and I'm not going to make it. And that's all right. I was just really excited about pageant. I was just trying to keep my hopes up. But about 10% of me was like, maybe I could have, maybe I did. I thought I did really well. I mean, there was nothing where I was like, gosh, Lexi, you did so bad. But I thought I did well, but I just didn't know if it was enough. I was very surprised.
You used to these things yet, your tiaras?
No.
Not quite.
Couple of tips, and I'm sure maybe some of the past royalty will tell you, after a while, after all the appearances, you're going to make hundreds and hundreds of appearances all throughout the course of the year. After a while, you forget you even have it on. That's what I'm told, anyway. I've never worn a tiara. I'm not 100% sure. You 3 are now public figures. This changes everything. You kind of belong to the public now, you know. You forget about school, by the way. You won't be going to that very much. Are you ready to hit the ground running? You got 2 great chaperones going to take you everywhere and a great support staff. Are you ready for the task at hand? I'll begin with you.
I think so. We really have the most amazing chaperones ever, and I love them so much. And I've been thinking about it. I'm really just planning on taking it one day at a time. I don't want to scare myself by thinking of, oh, and then I have this and this. Just one day at a time, enjoying that day, and really taking the time to enjoy this amazing opportunity that we've been given.
Same question. You ready to tackle your duties?
I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited. Yeah.
Last question, same thing.
After top 10 went by so fast, and there were so many, like, I wish I would have just taken it all slower. So I'm going to make sure that in this year we're taking things, as she said, day by day, getting so many fun memories.
Something to think about as we get ready to wrap it up. It will happen to you on Stemilk Parade Saturday, because it's happened to everybody I've ever known who's been on the float as you go down the parade route. When you crest Orondo Street by the Plaza Superjet and you come down and you see the mass of humanity at Memorial Park, it will hit you.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you this right now. You're going, holy crap.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, just letting you know. Yeah. Congratulations. Enjoy your new titles.
Thank you so much.
$10,000 scholarship for you. Thousands of dollars for you for scholarships. That's got to make the folks feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a tuition check they don't have to write, as a matter of fact. We'd love to have you come by anytime you want to. We're going to see a lot of you over the next few months, I'm sure. And a happy out. Should we work on the... Do you got it down now? Do you have this?
I don't know about that.
Wrist,
we'll work on
elbow,
it.
elbow.
We'll work on it. Your royal court for the 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, and we'll be right back.
The day after I met her, I called and asked her to go on a date with me, and we came to Abby's Pizza for our first date.
Eating it across from each other, I'll never forget it. This place is special.
It's barbecue chicken pizza season at Abby's Legendary Pizza, baby. Featuring our flavorful pizza sauce and a 3-cheese blend, layered with BBQ sauce, chicken, and onions. Order your hot and fresh feast now at abbys.com. A legendary pizza tradition.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Your home runs on hot water. From the kitchen to the bath to the laundry. So Rheem offers a wide variety of water heaters from traditional models to ones smart enough to tell you how much hot water is available. On second thought, perhaps the laundry can wait.
I want to spend more time with royalty. I get to do that. I asked you off camera. I'll ask the other two. What time did you go to bed Saturday night?
4 a.m.
You went to bed at 4 a.m. You went to bed at like 2?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
And then?
I have no idea. I'm not. Everyone was. I was passed out. I was so tired.
Breakfast on Sunday morning?
Yes.
Do they still do the thing at the Wild Huckleberry?
They do.
Yes.
It was so much fun. We got to hang out with the last year's royalty, and they are amazing. And I definitely felt that lack of sleep, but it was worth it to get to hang out with them and learn from them and hear all their amazing tips and advice and experiences.
What were your phones like on Saturday when it was all said and done? Were they just exploding?
I still haven't gone through all of the messages.
So many
There's
people
so many.
I haven't heard from texting me, and it's so cool having all these people who want to support me and tell me that I did well, and I feel so grateful for all of them.
And when you're 70 years old with a grandchild on your knee and 2 more on the way, you can say, I was a queen back in 2024. All right, real quickly, let's take a look at the weather forecast from the National Weather Service. It looks something like this. 46 for our afternoon high today. That's a couple degrees warmer than yesterday. You'll see a few more sun breaks too. 31 for the overnight low. Good looking Tuesday, probably the best looking day of the week with a high of 42 with lots of sunshine. And then we start cooling down. A weak system rolls through on Tuesday. Wednesday, a few more clouds, cooler temperatures, high of 37. Again, our normal high this time of the year is 42 degrees, so we're going to start dipping below our normal. But we're getting longer days. We're getting about a minute of daylight throughout the course of the week. 38 and 38 again on Friday and Saturday. Back up to the mid-40s by the time we get to Sunday. And of course, Monday is President's Day. We got just a couple minutes left with our Royal Court. So is there a particular Apple Blossom event that you're looking forward to more than any other? And I'll begin with your Royal Highness. What's your favorite event that you now get to reign over, so to speak?
Something that I'm really, really looking forward to, and this is a couple events, but getting to go to the elementary schools and read books, because I have a lot of little cousins and I love little kids so much. So I'm so excited to get to hang out with them. And I know when I was little, I would have been amazed if someone in a crown came to my elementary school.
Princess?
I'm gonna have to say the same thing. I'm really hoping, my mom's a kindergarten teacher, so I'm really hoping we get to go see her, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Meeting the kids, is it going to be unanimous?
Yeah, I have to say the same thing. We were talking with the past royalty yesterday, and they said it was one of their favorite things too. So we're all so excited.
They're young, they're innocent, they're so not judgmental, and they say, this is royalty.
Yeah.
This is royalty. And it plants a seed, and I know this because I've talked to past royalty. I'm 40 some odd years out of high school, I'm not going to tell you. And they said there was that one time when they came to visit us at this school, and I thought, that looks cool, because they want to emulate you, they want to be like you, and it's a heavy load to pay, but it's fun too, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's my number one piece of advice. I'll leave you with this. Have fun. That's the most important thing. I know sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, but have fun, okay? That's the number one thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How are your folks doing, okay?
Oh yeah, they're doing great.
They're feeling amazing.
Yeah, the new staff.
I bet they are. If there's no parents with a support group, this really doesn't happen at all. Your 2024 Washington State Royal Court for the 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. We're going to be a part of it here at the NCW Live channel. We'll be covering the Kais Fiber Youth Parade. It's not Kais Fiber anymore. I'll get used to that. We'll be covering the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade and the Smoke Growers Grand Parade. Have yourself a great Monday. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life that feels good. Because after all, that's what we want. We want to feel good. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. Today on the show, we'll be visiting with Lois Desneaux, a former Olympic swimmer. She also spent years as an Olympic coach and has traveled around the world coaching other athletes.